Who's counting?
Who's counting, right? Who's counting? So.
Well, Coach, even though it wasn't a long road trip, I'm sure it seemed a lot shorter, hopefully, on that way back.
It did, and we had some fun on the way back. We actually stopped in San Antonio, got there about 3 a.m. Sunday morning, and parked out in front of the Alamo, and the team got out, and we had a team picture in front of the Alamo. Then they broke into an impromptu Humboldt State fight song. So we a lot of smiles on that trip back, yes.
Very nice. Well, let's kind of recap the game. You guys had to come back, but for the second half, a different story, and got in the win column.
Well, I think our conditioning really paid off. We wore them down, I think, in that second half. Had many opportunities, and they ended up being missed opportunities in that first half. A lot of field position, possessions inside the red zone, and we, kept misfiring and not getting it in the end zone, and then missing on field goals. So it was just, we felt kind of a matter of time. Let's keep pushing, and something good would happen. And the block punt was certainly huge for us, and that kind of turned things around. And from then on, really, we seized that momentum and never let go of it.
It is just one game, but it is a win, something you guys achieved last year. But with the guys, do you feel like a win goes a long way, but do you feel like there's a difference with this team? Obviously, you bring in the recruits, you have players back that are healthy. Do you feel like it's going to be different? That there's
This is a completely different football team than a year ago in so many ways, and it's great having two team leaders back in Jerry Malawia on the defensive side, Nick Riccadulli on the offensive side, but we also get Nick Sharp back, who missed all of last year, maybe playing the best football of anybody right now from his safety position. Gianni Olivas back, who missed all but one game last year. Healthy offensive linemen in Jonathan Rowe and Jonathan Badgett. We get Josh Hansen back this week to that offensive line. So it's I think completely different than a year ago in terms of the team. And the best thing is the locker room. We've got a tremendous locker room right now. These kids enjoy spending time with one another. They're having fun. They've got a lot of high goals set for this season, and obviously the frustration of last year that many of these players dealt with. We're trying to take that negative and all the frustration that we experienced and now turn that around and make it into a positive in some way. And credit to the players for their approach this year. They went right back to work last January, and as frustrated and as disappointing as that season was, these kids kind of recommitted themselves. They went back to work with Drew Peterson in the weight room and have done everything we could ask of them from that point to now. And so it was great to see them have an opportunity to celebrate down in Texas on Saturday.
After the celebration, back to work this week. There's no secret that their offense got to stop that running game.
Terrell Watson, and he's as good a running back as you're going to find anywhere in Division II. And you'd probably say the same thing if he was playing at levels higher. He's a load. He's 240 pounds. We've lined up against him a number of times, and he's had big nights against our defense. So, but again, it comes down to 60 minutes on Saturday, and as I said, we're a different football team, but we know we're facing not only a great football player in Terrell Watson, but a really solid football team. Azusa, the defending conference champions, won 10 games a year ago, and obviously did not miss a beat, knocking off Grand Valley in week 1, who was at that point the number 2 ranked team in all of Division II. So Azusa comes in ranked number 14. They have a horse, and they rode him on Thursday night on national television with 42 carries. But we've got to make sure that the entire focus isn't placed on stopping one guy. Again, they've got talented players at a number of offensive positions, and we just got to, continue to take another step as a football team, play great team defense, and we know he's going to get his yards. He's that level of back where you're not going to shut him down. You want to slow him down as best you can, but you're not going to be able to shut him down completely. And so we just got to make sure that whatever yards he gets, we make him earn. And keep coming at him, and hope in the end it works out. But we've got to. This will be a great football game with a really good Azusa team coming to the Redwood Bowl.
So that's be a good measuring stick for the team, knowing that they're the champs, the caliber of the team that they are. But in terms of in conference, facing Azusa, facing them again, but definitely to see where you guys are at in week 2.
It will be a great gauge for us to see where we're at, because we're playing one of the top teams in all Division II. Certainly the rankings have them now at number 14. So, and they are our defending conference champions, although this is a non-conference game. The way the schedule is set up here in 2014, we will play 3 conference opponents twice. For us, that's Azusa Pacific, Western Oregon, and Dixie State, but only the second of the 2 games counts as a conference game. But really, that's irrelevant. It's the only other Division II in California. A lot of our players know a lot of their players. They are the defending conference champions, and it's our home opener. So there's an awful lot at stake Saturday night, and we're just anxious to get back out and play. That is, I think, after going through what we went through in 2013 last year, and the difficulty, the frustration, the injuries, that perfect storm of what could go wrong did go wrong type of situation. It's just fun to be out playing once again and have a team that's enjoying one another and goes to practice each day to work hard and gets prepared for their games come Saturday. And we take a lot of pride in defending the Redwood Bowl and playing well in front of our home fans. And so this is our first opportunity here in 2014 to do that.
Yeah, obviously a chance where you want those fans not to be here this week, but the next home game. So how important is it to do well? Because you want those home fans to come back at game after game. The
Redwood Bowl, when it's packed, is a very special place. There are a few venues like that in all of Division II, and obviously through 2010 through 2012, when we were winning at a very high clip, we got them excited around here. We got our fans excited. We got our students excited. And we know that, and that it provides an electric atmosphere when you have a large crowd. And obviously, with the disappointing season of a year ago, we lost a little bit of that. But they'll come back. That we know. This is a football community that when we put a good product on the field, they come out and they get behind us. And we have a good product this year. We feel very good about the group we have. And so we hope there's a large crowd. Let's have a sellout at the Redwood Bowl and make it that home field advantage that it has been so many other times. And like I said, it'll be a great atmosphere because that's what we get when we play at home at Redwood Bowl, and should be a fun Saturday night for everyone.
We talked about Azusa's running game, but you guys with Ricky back and then Gardner as well, a good 1-2 punch at the running back position.
We really do. It's a luxury from a coaching standpoint to have the talented players we do at that position. Certainly Nick Rickadooley back and healthy is huge to not only our offense but our entire football team. And to get him through that first game, I'm sure he had a little apprehension going in, as far as having the surgeries and such, to be able to get through a game and stay healthy. Came out of it great, and I think you'll see him just settle in and get better as the season moves on. Jaquan Gardner, just a true freshman, showed the type of player he is, and not only at the running back position, but in returning kicks. I think he had 250 plus yards, all-purpose yards, in his first collegiate game. So that's certainly something to get excited about. And then we've got 2 other backs that we hope to get on the field Saturday: Richard Doctor and Mark Parsons. Again, 2 true freshmen, as is Jaquan. But it's certainly probably the deepest, most talented position we have in our football team, and we need to get those kids out there. So if we can run the ball effectively like we were able to do Saturday night, certainly that opens up a lot of things and really helps us achieve the outcome we're looking for.
Yeah, obviously you want to get that running game going. How much more do you want to open up with the passing game as well, get those receivers involved?
Well, we need to do that, and our passing game Saturday was kind of hit and miss. There were some things there that we missed on, and there were some things that we took advantage of, and certainly it opened things up. We had a 2nd and 21 in the third quarter. It was late third quarter, and it's still I think we're down by 4 at that time, and 2nd 21, and Robert Weber finds cast wide over the middle, and he's able to turn upfield and get a first down. 3 plays later, we're in the end zone, 80 yards down the field. So it was like that one play kind of really was the springboard to the momentum, that we were able to grab and really turn that game around. So we've got to be more consistent with our pass game. But let's not forget Robert Weber, a true freshman, playing in his first game, and I thought he did extremely well, handling the responsibilities of quarterback and managing the game. And as we've told him, we're not looking for him to win the game. He needs to manage it, and I thought he managed it very effectively on Saturday night. I think you're going to see him grow now. certainly as he, you know, settles into that and becomes more comfortable with our system, and our players more comfortable with him. So certainly the passing game, to answer your question, we hope to improve on, and we think we will. It was you know, hit and miss, as I say, on Saturday, but still, you know, a real nice pass, third play of the game, down the sideline to Kelechi Wadibia. That was a big play for us. We need to have more of those.
Two quick questions, Coach. You touched on it a moment ago, but Cass White, a new addition to the team. He talked to us about how big of an impact he had. That his first start here with the Jacks, 59 receiving yards and a touchdown in that win over Kingsville.
Cass is a very quick, very elusive receiver, and he joined us. He was a late add to our roster. Well, he didn't contact us until late in the summer, just a few weeks prior to starting camp, and knew some of the players on our team and had been at Southern Nazarene down in Oklahoma. But very quick, and he's still learning our offense. You know, a lot of information has been thrown at him in a short period of time, but he showed on Saturday that he can be a very dynamic player. The screen pass he took, a little tunnel screen that he took in, and then there were a couple other plays. The second and 21 I mentioned where he catches the ball over the middle again, and he's also one of our kick returners. So he's got that quickness, that dynamic playmaking ability that we need to take more advantage of. And I think as he settles in and becomes more comfortable with what we do offensively and what his role is within that, you're going to see him make more and more big plays as the season goes on.
You talked about opening up the offense for your young quarterback, but you know the Jacks have a ball hawk on the defensive side, especially in the defensive secondary, Jerry Malawia and Nick Shark, but so do the Cougars on the defensive side with Tyler Thornton, the reigning GNAC Defensive Player of the Year. How do you game plan for someone like that?
Well, again, he's a very good player out of their safety position, and can make some big plays, and you just got to be aware that he's got the ability to close ground quickly on receivers. He's a veteran player that's you know, very intelligent back there, and just a very solid safety. So we're going to have to be aware of where Tyler's at, and again, do our best to not allow him to impact this game any more than he normally does from his safety position.
Before you go, can you give me one quick promo?
Okay.
Once we have your pass it to get more hair, it's a little darker. And, you know,